guys, Brian Regala here for Outside, and today we're going to talk a little bit about car camping. Now, I've got a column on this which you can read on Auto.Online.com, but basically the idea here is we're going to walk through some of the essential pieces of gear that I take with me when I go car camping, and I'm going to show you sort of my setup and how I keep things organized and ready to go. Now these plastic bins that I mentioned in the column are pretty much like the backbone of my whole car camping setup. I basically keep things organized in 3 separate groups. So this is sort of my cookware and cooking bin. And in it, I will keep things like 2-burner stove, fuel for said stove. I've got pots and pans in here. Pretty much anything I need to cook a meal lives right here in this bin. And the reason I do that is because I know where it sits in my garage on the shelf. That way I'm aware of everything and I know where it is, so that on a moment's notice I can just go grab the bin, throw it in the back of the car, and I'm ready to go. Now, next, I've got my food bin. So, pretty self-explanatory, but as you can see, this is all of my camp food. Now I keep this has backpacking food in it too. I keep these meals sort of ready to go, but it's got everything from, olive oil and spices to pancake mix, some dried stuff like pasta. Pretty much whatever I need to go camping or backpacking lives right in here. And that way, if I am going on a backpacking trip, again, I know where it is. I can just grab a couple meals and go. Or I just grab this whole bin and it's usually got everything I need for the most part for a weekend of camping. The third part of my 3-bin system is all of my sleeping stuff. Stays right in here. So when I am car camping, I will use a down quilt instead of a sleeping bag. I don't bother with a mummy bag because I want to be comfortable when I'm car camping. And down quilt or a big rectangular sleeping bag, double sleeping bag, something like that. Even a quilt from home is going to keep you a little more comfortable than a constricting mummy bag when you're car camping. Now, the other thing I have is a full-on air mattress. So this is a smaller one that I'll use right here in the back of the truck. If I have the tent set up and I've got more than one person, my wife is with me, I will use a either full-size or queen-size air mattress, which fits in the tent that I usually bring when I'm car camping. And I do this because it's more comfortable. That's what it comes down to. And if I am out for a weekend of fishing or mountain biking, I want to sleep well at night. So that allows me to do it. So I've got the down quilt, like I said. I keep other stuff in here, lantern, which is really nice in the middle of the night. Obviously, I'm not gonna take something like this backpacking, but lanterns, especially these little Lucy lights, which I talk about in the column, but they're inflatable and they're solar powered. So you don't have to worry about batteries for them, you don't have to charge them. And what I will do is just hang a couple from the truck, hang a couple from the tent, or string them up in a tree. And it's just kind of nice. It lights the campground up. You don't have to wear a headlamp all the time. You can kind of see where you're going, and it just adds a little ambiance. It's kind of nice. So that is how my 3-bin system kind of works. And obviously I've got room to bring all this stuff because I have a truck. But one thing I will do if I'm going with someone else or I need to pare things down, I just bring a smaller bin. So I will move some of this stuff into a bin size, or whatever size I have laying around. Might seem overboard, but I truly believe that I have camped more because of this system, because I know where things are, I know what to pack. It's already pretty much packed, and all I have to do is throw it in the car and go. Okay, so you've seen my bin system here. Now what I'm gonna do is walk you through some of the stuff I go over in my column, which are kind of the essentials. I've talked about some of them already, but I'll show you what I usually take with me when I'm going out for a weekend of car camping. This is my car camping tent. Now, it's huge. I get that. It's a 6-person tent. It's a little overkill, obviously, if you go solo or just with 2 people. But here's what I like about it. I don't have to worry about space. I don't have to worry about carrying this thing very far, and it gives me a ton of living space. Now, this is the REI Kingdom 6, and that's an expensive tent. If you buy it new, it's like $400, something like that. I found this thing at an REI garage sale for $50. So I'm not telling you to go out and buy this tent. I'm just saying, buy a big tent. Buy something spacious that you're not cramped in, and that's just gonna make it more comfortable for you. Okay, now obviously I have not staked this thing out fully, haven't put the fly on, anything like that, which I probably should because it's starting to rain. But I just wanted to show you what I mean when I say a big tent. So this thing, you know, I can walk inside, I'm 6'3" and I can stand up in here, which is pretty cool. It just makes a lot of difference when you're spending a lot of time camping out of your car. Okay, that pretty much does it for my car camping essentials. Like I said, you've got a thick sleeping pad or an air mattress. You've got a big oversized tent. You got a regular rectangular sleeping bag, or even better, a quilt. We've got our cooler here, a big one that you can cook on. We have a 2-burner stove, which is great for cooking in the mornings. You get 2 cast iron skillets on there, pot of water, whatever you need. Make breakfast, make dinner. Makes it really simple. We've got our Lucy lanterns or some other sort of light or lantern situation. I like these ones, like I said, because they're inflatable and they're solar powered, so you don't have to worry about swapping out the batteries. And finally, my last essential is plastic bins. Now, those plastic bins are probably the most important piece of this whole thing because they keep things organized and they let me get out at a moment's notice. So I'm always ready to go. If somebody calls me up last minute and said, hey, we're going on this car camping trip, do you want to come? Yeah, I can do it. I know where all my stuff is, I'm ready to go. And it just keeps things really simple and approachable and helps me get outside more.